Hello traders out there in Traderland. My name is D7 here at Grok Trading, and it is a midweek video. Throwing this in. It's good through Wednesday, December 4th, 2019, and the markets in the day bullish. You'll see this bullish activity here going fairly well. Crude oil up a lot, up 3.7%. Silver down 1.8%. Gold down slightly. VIX down 7%. We're at 14.8. We were much higher than that. Fear was higher, and Bitcoin is down. We're at below 7,200. Here's the S&P 500. The S&P 500 ETF, exchange traded fund, called the Spider SPY. That's what we're looking at here. We broke out over the top of this trend line. However, we broke down badly. This was no good. This was on December 2nd. December 2nd. Today is the 4th. Yesterday, so Monday, big drop. Tuesday, we dropped but rallied back, have a hammer, and we came up. We filled the gap and some. We now closed above the 20-day moving average. My problem with this chart is this. We got over a major trend line. This major trend line is built from April 2018, or 2019 rather, 2019, up here to July 2019, to the end of July 2019. So we had several hits here, three major hits. We have a fourth hit here in November 19. We break above it, but we come back down. That is called a jab. Usually when you get a jab, you'll start to drift down to the other trend line pretty quickly. However, Tuesday, we go down, have a hammer, and we rallied back up today. So today we're bullish, filling the gap. We are under, this is highly suspect to me. This could be a change of direction taking place. So in other words, we could have what's called a head and shoulder trend reversal pattern. See this little shoulder here? See the head here? If we come up a little more, maybe we hit our head at this trend line and we drop again. That would give us a shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. Those three, if it comes up and drops there, if you can follow me here. Now, I like to go to a higher time frame to see what's going on. It's the weekly chart. We closed last week above this trend line. However, this week we opened at it, dropped way down, came down near a support line, and rallied back up. As long as we can stay above this trend line, and definitely this lower one, all is well. But if you just focus on these two lines, you're in what's called a rising wedge. So the question is, how long are we going to stay between these two lines? And we're in a lot of trouble if we close below this line. Now, with that, I like to go to a higher time frame to see what's going on. We're just getting started with the month, but let's take a look at the monthly chart. We're only 4 days in, okay? So, what I can tell you is last month, November, we had a decisive move, a breaking resistance, which is really good. The monthly tells me on the spider that we went down, challenged this area of support. Buyers came in, rallied back up. This tells me on the monthly chart, we're more bullish than we are bearish. Okay, so that gives me a lot of bullish confidence. If you look at the weekly, I need that bullish confidence because on the weekly chart, we're in a rising wedge. We're seeing a big nasty red candlestick here, and we're at resistance. So I need that bullish confidence off the monthly chart to give me this. And if I look at the daily, I really need the confidence because the daily I have a jab, I have a breakdown on big volume, and we're on the wrong side of this trend line. So we could be getting a head and shoulder trend reversal pattern. So there's a number of things that we're looking at here. Everything was looking great until Monday. Monday had to come out. You know, there's some things taking place in China. There's the impeachment proceedings, happening. There's a lot of uncertainty. The markets do not like uncertainty. We don't like uncertainty. So that's why we're seeing the chop here. Quickly, the diamonds, we dropped below a trend line, we rallied back above it, we almost filled the gap. This looks troubling to me. NASDAQ, the Qs was very interesting. Yesterday we go down, it was a huge sell-off, but buyers came all the way back in. Doesn't surprise me that we popped up. This was a good sign. Sometimes when you see a big extended candlestick like this, you'll get a red one right next to it, a big nasty red one. We did not get that. So that gives me a little bit of support. If I'm looking at the MACD, you'll see that the two lines are starting to come together. The histogram is still negative, but it's getting very close to the 0 line, and we could flip over. If we flip over, that means the signal line and the MACD line will have crossed, and we should start going higher. We're very close to that happening on the NASDAQ. Russell's 2000 had a nice bull flag. We popped, we pulled back. It was a nasty little pullback, but we're popping here. So if I draw another line, I would go from here to there. So I went to this swing low to this swing low. And what's interesting for you 401 students recently, look at the pitch of that versus where this line is. Isn't that interesting? And so we broke that trend line. This line was acting as support. It bounced back up. So this was a really weird. What I'm seeing here is just some crazy technicals that is outside the norm. Because of that, I'm suspect of what is going on here. I'm not overly convinced that we're going to stay bullish, but the higher time frame says we have a real good chance of doing that. Here are the financials. We had a bad breakdown on Tuesday yesterday. After Monday's weakness, we did retrace, almost filled the gap. This looks very weak to me, like it's getting ready to start breaking down. So you've got to be careful out there in the markets. US dollar is dropping. That should be helping both commodities and stocks. Crude oil, big rally today. Big rally. We had a jab there. We come down. We popped up. We're above it now. If we break above $12.30 on USO, look for that to keep rallying to the upside. Silver, we remain in this falling wedge. Today we're under a little bit of pressure. Gold, big bull flag. Stay with it. Look for a breakout over 140, like I've said. VIX, we had a nasty few days on the fear indicator, but we're starting to drop back down, and the MACD is telling me that we should be doing that. Bitcoin is down. We're making what looks to be a higher swing low. So we could start going up. Inverted hammer here at the bottom of a drop, and this could be a higher swing low. We could be going higher there. So this is a long video for just the broad markets. I wanted to come in midweek to give you a shot in the arm. Hope everyone had a great holiday Thanksgiving. I didn't do a video last week because it was just such a short week and wasn't a lot going on. So anyway, I'm taking a vacation next week. I'll be doing a weekend video. It'll be very important, but next week I will be in Viva Las Vegas. I will be there. And I'll throw this out there. If anybody wants to meet me out there between the 10th or the 12th, the 10th to the 12th, I'll be there. I'm willing to do a one-day mentorship with you. If you want to do that, contact me through the website and say that you're interested in doing one day with me in Vegas between on the 10th, 11th, or 12th. Okay, so it's next week. It's really close, right? So it's one of these things. I'll work out a deal with you. We can sit and have it's $1,500. I'll just tell you right now. So for our time together for that day is $1,500. So that is it. So hope everyone's doing well. Wednesday is my racquetball night, so I'm gonna go play some racquetball. So we'll catch up with you guys later. We'll see you. Bye.